Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphins. Obviously, the Jets beat them, which I know I did pick the Jets. Did you? Did you pick the Jets?
Sorry, yes. I'm just laughing right now.
Okay. We both picked the Jets.
We did pick the Jets.
We did. But we have sound from Tyreek Hill, who apparently doesn't, despite being paid very nicely by Miami, is not happy.
Do you know how much he's getting paid? Not the second year they picked up it, $50 million. Let's see that sound, man.
As I'm opening the door, like I'm out, bro. So it was great playing here, but at the end of the day, bro, I got to do what's best for my career, and because I'm too much of a competitor to be, just out there.
Man, I'm so disappointed in Tyreek. I shouldn't be because this is kind of par for the course. First, you want to get out of Kansas City, which was a gravy situation, right? You guys are going to the Super Bowl every year.
I don't blame him for that.
I was just about to say. But I get it. You feel like you're worth more. Somebody wants to pay you more.
And after you win a Super Bowl,
you're the hottest you can be.
But I'm good. That's
on
you
the
know
resume.
what I mean? Yeah,
but I do get that. But I also feel like you have a chance to be a part of something historic, right? Which literally now if they win 3 this year, 3 in a row. But you could have been a main cog in that. But you chose to go get paid. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, but the only problem is that goes to Patrick Mahomes' record, not to the other players. That's why.
But
it's
when
not
you
as
think
big.
of like Jerry Rice, we think of him as a big-time Super Bowl champ. Like I get your point. The quarterback, it's always a quarterback-driven league.
Joe Montana won 2 with Jerry Rice and 2 without Jerry Rice.
Jerry got another one with Steve Young, though.
But I don't think that is like, oh, how many rings did Jerry Rice? That's a quarterback thing. And I'm just saying, if you go there and you want to be – and Patrick Mahomes is making 50, and everybody.
So then let me switch it.
I'm not mad at him for that. But the Dolphins paid him. I'm mad that, dude, what are you doing?
You just let me talk in wide receiver talk for you then. We always make this a quarterback driven league. So you're right. Joe Montana and Tom Brady, they all get the credit for the wins. I'll give you that. But you know what receivers like? Getting the ball, and they like attention. And you for sure would have gotten both of those with the Chiefs, right? You get all the attention because you're the hottest team. Everybody's watching you, whether they love or hate you. You get Steve DeSager was just talking earlier. You set records for the season.
Calvin Johnson got in the Hall of Fame with no playoff wins. Most of his points came when the Lions were down by 15 or 20.
What I'm saying, but we didn't talk like when you're hot. We're talking about you. You're getting the ball. We have a system. And I'm disappointed in him because then you go to Miami. Hey, you wanted the bag, you got the bag. Tua, they're asked about him. What's the comparison between he and Patrick Mahomes? You say he's more accurate. I love playing with Tua. That's my guy. And you have 2 of your best seasons ever with Tua. Now the problem is Tua has some health issues. Tua continuously gets hurt. And now all of a sudden you don't get the ball quite as much. You're under 1,000 yards this year. What did they ask him earlier? Man, I want to be here for, I got my family here. This is where I want to be. And now when you get the first sign of some adversity, you want to dip out. Throughout the season, what was he doing? Sending SpongeBob emojis, looking backwards like I want to be with you. Sending heart emojis to Patrick Mahomes. I don't like that, Rob, because I don't like if you sign on with me, look, you and I, this is the new show. There's going to be days where we don't have our best show, but I'm not looking to bail out. I'm looking at, how can we get better? How can we improve? Let's put our feet in the boots and let's get better. I'm not trying to bail out just because it got a little tough. And I don't like that. And the last point, in your most recent post that you put on social media is your face photoshopped on Antonio Brown when he exited, the whole time he left and left out. Well, that's what you're going to do? When Antonio Brown, who we all said was a quitter, who we are literally to the point where we were concerned about his mental health.
Because he quit during the game.
During the game, took his pads off, going crazy with the crowd. We ain't seen him since. And that's the guy you put as your profile pic, picture on social. I want to be like that. Well, that has cause for concern to me if I'm another team. Like, is this the guy? This the guy you want? I don't want you to be like that. So, yeah, I was disappointed in him. And if I'm another team, I say, look, man, I can win without a diva receiver. We've seen it. Patrick Mahomes has won a couple of times. Guess what, Elijah? He ain't have Tyreek Hill, and he still won. So if I'm another team, I think you're talented, but I don't like your attitude, your makeup, and we can see that teams can win without a guy like you. So to me, he's going about it all wrong.
This is where you are, and until some of
these agents be calling like, yo, man?
No, they can't. They can't control. Here's the issue. is that some of these guys have gotten so much they think they can just say and do whatever they want. This is not before. And I'm not begrudging against them. Somebody is paying you. It's just like the disrespect to the fans when guys take nights off. Like, seriously, like for you to show up, not be hurt, people have paid $300 and $400 tickets, and you sit there because you to take a night off. Dude, I don't respect that. I'm sorry. We don't come in here and put our feet up and go like, well, we'll just hum for the next 3 hours or whatever. We're like, we don't have to do the show. Like, people are invested, and it's not fair. If you're injured and I bought a ticket, I understand that. Injuries happen. It's a shame. You know what I mean?
It's a tough sport,
happens, right. But to just take the night off, if you give me a chance, I bet you if you gave fans a chance to get their money back, people would go back to the box office, get their money, and walk out. They would.
Yeah. If I'm coming to see, and then
when you go to a Broadway show, and
the main actor is like, hey, he's not acting. He or she isn't going to be here tonight. He's like, I'll come back next week. They're going to be here next week.
I'll never forget. I went to Radio City Music Hall. Me and my buddy Ed Genesee, we had double dates. It was a Friday night. You know what I mean? And we were like, we're going to have a great night. Aretha Franklin was performing at Radio City Music Hall. We had bought the tickets in advance and all this. And we go there.
The Queen ain't show up.
And you know what? She's sick.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God.
Some,
she's sick. She came out. She sang the first song. And then they had Peebo Bryson sing the rest.
Nice, but that ain't Queen.
Right.
Aretha Franklin.
So I remember when we walked out with our dates, my friend and I, we went to high school together, Ed. We walked out with our hands up high. And people were looking at us. We're like, we got robbed. we got robbed. And the girls were with us. They were like, what are y'all doing? We're like, we got robbed. We didn't come here to see Peebo Bryson.
Peebo somewhere right now listening to our show, catching it straight. You know, he might be a fan of some big sport. He might be a Lions fan. He's like, oh, I know they're going to talk about this today.
But you know
and here
what I'm
he is
saying,
catching
though.
it straight.
But I paid for Aretha Franklin.
100%. I had a feeling like that, completely not the same thing. But my wife loves Maxwell to the point of it's almost like, hey, you like him a little too much, lady. But we'd see Maxwell, and it ended the show, and he didn't sing his biggest song. And everybody was like, oh, he's going to do the whole act like I left and come back out thing.
And he didn't come back.
And
oh, wow.
Everybody stuck around. It was the number one takeaway from the show. It was a great, fun show. But the number one takeaway was, how he not going to do the literal best song, like his song? And we did feel like we got stuck up a little bit. But anyway, I just don't like, last point with Tyreek Hill, and it goes to what you were just saying about the crowd, the audience, pay money. Dude, you literally got what you wanted. You wanted to go to Miami. You're from the area.
Got paid.
You got paid a bunch of money. You've had your two best seasons, believe it or not, with Tua. And it's a little tough right now. And maybe you don't like the coaching staff, but like, man up. Push through it. And now, throughout the season, both Robs, this wasn't he was doing this now, right after the season was a tough season. He was flirting all season. Heart emojis, SpongeBob looking back. That's weird stuff. And if I'm another organization, I don't have time to put up with that. My job's on the line as a coach, as a general manager.
A lot of people's jobs are on the line.
I don't have time to think, if we go on a 3-game stretch where you only got like 8 targets, are you going to start sending emojis back to Patrick Mahomes again? And if I'm Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, I don't want you back. Especially with this type of thing, because now it makes me think, oh, so if you come in and Rasheed Rice gets healthy, or Worthy keeps getting the ball more, are Travis Kelce has a resurgence or something.
Make it stink.
Are you going to make a stink? We were 16-1 this season, 15-2 now, but you get what I mean? We were on our way to balling, maybe a third Super Bowl. We don't need that.